Hello, my name is Waylon Lewis, and every week we'll bring you a new podcast with Elephant Journal. Hey all, this is Waylon. So I'm in the process of moving right now after 18 and a half years in the same dear house, home sweet home. And it's been so difficult. I posted about how moving is exhausting emotionally, physically, mentally, in every which way. I'm sleeping like a baby, that's one thing, but I am wiped out. And one of my best friends commented, when I said I just watched my pod roll off, my life is in a box rolling away, my 18 and a half years and of kind of possessions and furniture and papers and photos and memories. And he said, that's not your life in a box. That's just stuff. And I replied, that I half agree. I half agree in that things are things. And yeah, if a fire consumes this house, I'm going to run out with my wife and my dog and myself, and count myself lucky, right? Ultimately, our health and our corporeal bodies and minds and hearts are by far more important than, some cool lamp or something. At the same time, I half disagree in that a lot of us say, it's our crap, it's our stuff, hoarding, you have so much stuff. And we talk about condo and minimalism and all this. And I think some of that is a bit of an extreme reaction that actually undervalues things or stuff or possessions or crap. And Amazon and Walmart and Target and all that cheap goods made overseas kind of devalue things. But when, like myself, hopefully many of you have a mug that you bought from the local potter and you're supporting him and his family, and and love his family. His wife passed away. He's of Italian extraction. He has a big white mustache and white flowing hair, and he's an incredible artisan who has continued even after his wife passed away. She used to do half of it. You have a whole relationship with this mug instead of it just being some cheap, made in China or whatever mug. And it's the same way with furniture. Instead of going to IKEA, and the students all over in the university around me will buy stuff brand new and then throw it away at the end of the semester. The alleys are full of brand new lamps, etc. Instead of that, you, on Marketplace or on Craigslist or at yard sales or antique shops, you get quality. You get a couch like the one I'm sitting on that is organic and latex. You have craft everywhere. And these objects in the Buddhist term give yun, which is Y-U-N, inherent richness. Which contributes to a meaningful home, a meaningful life. Craftsmanship, lath and plaster, good old beautiful Victorian homes with the red brick, stained glass everywhere. These enrich our lives. And there's a Buddhist quote from my parents' Buddhist teacher that said, elegance allows no resentment, meaning when our surroundings are elegant, maybe simple, but inherently rich, beautiful, that displaces resentment or speediness or aggression or a lot of neurosis from our minds and our daily environment. So this is just sort of in defense of stuff, not crap, not whatever, but things that we genuinely appreciate. And I can say everything in that pod, 99% of it were things that I appreciate, things that evoked memories, things that evoked relationships and craft and quality. And it does mean a lot to me. And I think, ultimately the more we invest in that kind of antique or craft or whatever, the less crap or stuff we actually consume. You, at some point, like these 100-year-old, 150-year-old chairs, wooden chairs, pressed back chairs I have, you look at them and they're just as good and strong as when they were made in 1890 or whatever. And I don't need more chairs. I have 3 or 4 or 5 of these antique chairs. I have other chairs, but I don't need more. You don't have to keep consuming because you're buying things that fall apart. So planned obsolescence is a reality, a modern reality. That's where they design things to fall apart so that you have to buy more. Swim upstream against the Amazon mentality where everything's cheap and we're kind of bleeding local businesses, and invest instead in your local business, in your local business community, in reuse, in valuing and treasuring your treasures. Thanks so much.